Yo man, it's Mr. Popo back at it again with another super deal and super steal, man. 10% off now, no more 1 penny stuff. Whoa, what is going on?
What's up guys, it's your Super Players back at it again with another video, and this time it's a video of how to build a deck and what you need as a newcomer and what are the essential cards to use in a deck pretty much. And for those of you that have experience playing the game, please hit up the comment section if I miss anything so our fans or newcomers that discover our channel have an idea of what to look for and what they should add to their deck and what kind of tips you guys veterans can give the newcomers to this game. And so let's start off. So first of all, we have the leaders right here. I categorize them as ones that can't awaken on their own, some that awaken by their own effect, and the other is based on they awaken at 6 and they have some special criteria to that and what happens to that. So let's start off with the first one. So we have Cell, Super Saiyan God, Son Goku, which is the starter deck Goku, and Golden Frieza. These leaders cannot awaken themselves, so that's why we categorize these cards right here that do. So we do have Resolve Training, Martial Arts Expert Tien, and Saiyan Kappa. What these cards do is pretty much support the cards that can't awaken themselves, like Vegeta, Goku Black, or Ginyu. They take a life from their, they take one of their lives and they drops them down to 4 and then they awaken. So these leaders don't really rely on this too much unless they're trying to go for pressure for Kappa, but that's a whole nother story. But like I said, it's solely based on these 3 leaders right here, and depending on the color you're mixing it with, these are the things you should be running. And to awaken yourself, we do have these leaders right here, Goku Black, Vegeta, and Ginyu. These leaders take away one of their lives and they have a special effect. There's certain leaders that do that. It's not just these, there's Zamasu, there's other leaders. There's a lot of leaders, so I can't really get to all of them. But yeah, those are the ones that don't require any help awakening because they're going to awaken themselves regardless. And then we also have the leaders that do awaken at 6. So just like the other leaders, some of them require 4. These are the ones that have 6. And there's a special card right now. Obviously Zamasu requires 2, but that's a whole nother story like I was saying. But yeah, so these are our leaders. These need support of awakening, and that's what you need right here. These don't need any of this, and some of these do use these just in case, like Android 17, they have to be at 4 or less in order for them to get the 5K boost, and so are their also their Android cards. So depending on the color you like running, you could run Resolve Training, or people that like playing aggressive run red, and Saiyan Kappa would be the perfect card. Or if you're just mono green, go with Tien. So these are the cards to help you awaken, and then we're going on to the next cards. These are kind of like, I would say, the board removals, just in case you don't have anything. Well, not anything, but things to get rid of the board. So we do have Masked Saiyan. This guy, I'm trying to keep this as budget friendly for you guys, because those of you that are new to the game, I don't want to break your wallets. And nobody wants to cough up 40 bucks for one card, obviously. And Masked Saiyan non-foil goes for about 3-4 bucks, but whatever. He removes cards from play. It's called Warp Area. That's what we have. The black card, we have Mecha Frieza. If you discard 1 card from your hand, I believe it pops any card that's in rest mode. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's rest mode battle cards and KO those cards. So yeah, so when you play this card, place 1 card from your hand, and the cards that are in rest mode, they're gone. And so we have that card for yellow, and then we have Jiren, Fist of Justice. He attacks active and rest mode cards. Any card that's in rest mode, you can still attack them. But Jiren could attack active cards, so I consider him a board removal just because of that reason. Because there's cards that you just can't attack and they leave them active for whatever reason they're going to do next play. So I put Jiren in there because he could attack active cards and he puts constant pressure to your opponent also. And then Son Goten, Family of Justice, so those cards that are 3 or less. We have this guy, he pops anything that's 3 or less out of the way. So that's what we have him. And then we have Energy Boost Beerus, which is also not an expensive card, but also if you have 5 or more energies, his effect is he pops a battle card. So these are the cards that I would say are budget friendly to get rid of the board. There are more cards like Kale, Son Gohan, Determined Son Gohan, and those get a little bit pricier, but If you need them, run them, but if you're new to the game, I say stick to these budget-friendly cards. And then as soon as you start getting more competitive, then I say invest into a deck and make it pretty much kick ass. And then we do have our blockers. Our blockers are these right here. We have the Botamo of Universe 6, 5,000 blockers, Sorbet, 5,000, I believe 1,000 blocker with a special effect. And then we have Whis, the Sacred Guard, and then we have Iron Hammer of Justice, Android 16. Great card. This guy has Revenge, so anything that, like, he has a special ability called Revenge. If you happen to battle with this card, your opponent does, this guy at the end of the battle KOs that card, and if you keep him alive, he goes back to active. So that's just that special effect that card has, and it's pretty sick. It's a great card to keep your defense up and get rid of the board also. So he's a good board removal. Sacred Guard Whis is a 20k blocker. He can't be destroyed by opponent's card skill, so it's kind of hard to remove that guy. And he's great. He's a great blocker. He puts constant pressure too if you're trying to go for a game. He could also go for a game. But have your blockers. If you're depending on the deck you're running, have them. Run them. It's essential to have blockers no matter what. And then we have our extra cards of negates. So we all I managed to put them in color code just to keep it friendly. Whis' Coercion, blue negate, full power energy, green negate, and then we have Vados Assistance, red negate, and then we have one Crusher Ball. So any deck pretty much runs any of these, either if it's mixed or mono. So whether if it's like blue-green, blue-red, red-green, whatever the color you're trying to come up with and your deck, you're gonna have to run some of these negates just in case you don't have anything to defend yourself. Like if you don't have a blocker, you do have extra cards. And there are other extra cards that I might have not mentioned, is like Senzu Bean, which is a great defensive card. Crusher Ball is a great card, puts a card to rest mode. He's the only yellow negate that doesn't do, like, these all negate the attack. He's the one that puts your opponent's card into rest mode. So that's pretty, like, crucial also depending on the card they bring out. And we have our also mid-game pressure. We have Vegeta Prince of Speed, Miraculous Comeback Gohan, and Super Saiyan Gotenks. Some of these cards are also great mid-game pressure, so like Mecha Frieza and Jiren could go into this category as well. And also Beerus. So these cards are pretty much great cards. They have special effects, bring out board pressure, and you're constantly trying to do double strikes. All of these do double strikes, so that means they take 2 hits. Those of you that don't know, some cards only take 1. If it has double strike, it does 2, and then there's a category called triple strike and quadruple if they're playing the God deck with Whis. But that's a whole nother story. But this is great mid-game pressure, and yeah, so use these guys for if you're trying to put some pressure on the board mid-game and also make them use their resources. This is pretty cool. Like this guy, you're allowed to get 2 cards when you play him. If you KO a rest mode card with this guy, Miraculous Gohan, you inflict 2 lives. And this guy has a great ability, Super Saiyan Gotenks, which is one of the best cards in the game. You use it and then you retap 2 of your energies depending what your colors are. If you're running blue-green, blue-red, whatever it is. I mean not blue-red, blue-green or red-green, you could retap your energies with that guy. And then what I call the finishers of the card game that do triple strike and pretty much kill your opponent are these right here. Beerus General Demolition, Full Power Frieza. He's also a blocker, so great effect. He is a blocker and he goes back to active after you attack with him. And then it's a really hard card to get over. Like when he's like, when you activate this card's blocker effect, switch the card back to active mode, so he goes back to active, so he's constantly defending you. He can go into this category or also finishing because he has triple strike. And then Destructive Champa, this guy is amazing. Board wipes as well. I could have put him in this category, but he's also triple strike, so you could pretty much go for game with this guy as well. And yeah, these are the essential cards you should use if you're running different type of decks. It just depends on your play style. Like Beerus, God of Destruction, he has like that ability where if he's in rest mode or you use his effect with 16 energy, you win the game. So you want to run a ramping game. Or if you're running Vegeta, You want to do hand destruction or control their hand by with his critical effect, and double strike with red blue, which is a popular deck. Goku, Soul Striker, when he's awakened, he retaps 2 of your blue energies, so you can reuse them when he's awakened, and he gets a 5k boost if you have 5 or more energies, not required by color either. Just have to have 5. Also, Frieza, pop one of your own Frieza cards. You get to retap 2 cards and you draw. So all these cards have great abilities like Cell, Goku Black, Androids. They all have their own special effect, but you have to have a way to awaken. Also, when your opponent brings out mid-level beaters, also you gotta get rid of them with your mid-game. And your poppers right here, I would consider them, and your blockers here that defend you when you don't have your negates also, and then your mid-game pressure and your finishers. So if I missed any cards, let me know in the comment section. Hit them up. Please hit up the comment section to help our newcomers and understand the game. There are a bunch of cards. I think these are the basic ones you should use in the game when you're building a deck, and to consider, because they're great cards and they put pressure and they help you awaken if you don't have anything to awaken with these guys or these guys. And there you guys have it. So this is how to start off, or how to build a deck based on the cards I saw were very popular, and just to have also. And like we always say, the super players, y'all stay super.